really feel that after 24 years, Taos is now part of the fabric that makes this place a tremendous place to live and work and thrive. And at that dinner, I was taken aback because the first 7 or 8 people that introduced themselves were guys like Jeff Lucchese, who said, "Hi, my name is Jeff. I've known Taos since 1993 when I was CIO of DHL. Leveraged these guys when I was at Corio, when I was at BMHC. Now I work for Rick." And there was another guy that said, "Hi, my name is Kathy Burkle. I used to work for Rick. And now I'm CIO of Jewish Senior Living Group in San Francisco, and we're now a customer of Rick's." So
Bruce is here. Bruce Whetstone.
And Bruce Whetstone, who was a client of Taos at Intuit and Electronic Arts, and is now working for Taos on a second tour of duty. He worked for us about 3 or 4 years ago, left us to go be VP of IT at Sephora. And I could go on and on and on and on and on, because we have just dozens of people that work here at Taos today, guys like John Yoon that have been with us 2, 3, 4 times. So I think that there's an addictive quality about this company. And being the creator of the drug, sometimes I tend to take it for granted. But when you think back over 24 years, the number of people that we have hired and whose first jobs perhaps in Silicon Valley were as a result of us identifying them as potential talent, maybe bringing them in from some other part of the state or the country or even the world. And you know, we've probably hired north of 5,000 people in those 24 years. It's truly, you know, tremendous stuff, right? And today we have about 400 people. So that means that there's about 4,600 people that we have hired and helped transform their careers and help shape them in one way or another. And when we hire people to Taos, and some of you former Taosers and future Taosers that are here tonight, and yeah, we're doing these 10th events because we're growing right now like crazy. And what our customers want from us, you know, the name of the game is he who has the skill is going to get the job. Because there is a mass shortage of the right talent. So the nation may have 8% unemployment, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to tech jobs, there is a need for senior level talent like I haven't seen in a very long time. And even in the 90s when it was perceived to be a bigger need, I think this was tempered a little bit more realism, and the stakes are much higher. You know, when you look at companies 12, 13, 14 years ago, they weren't of the global nature that our customers are today. You know, they have customers all over the planet buying their product. So it's truly tremendous what Silicon Valley you know, does for the world. You know, I don't know what percentage of technology that is out there is created here in the Valley, but I'm sure it's a shitload, right? It's that's a technical term. You can look it up in the Urban Dictionary. Shitload, a technical term. But it's truly amazing. You know, you just look around. You got Apple and Hewlett Packard and Cisco, and all these startups, and Facebook and Google and Yahoo, on and on and on. It's absolutely amazing. We have about 150 guys that and gals that work for us up in Boise, Idaho. Really thanks to Mr. Jeff Lucchese, who was, I'll kid him a little bit. He's the one CIO who went through 2 bubbles. He went through the tech bubble with Corio, and then he went through the housing bubble with.
I'm an expert at it.
He's an expert at bubbles. So I met a guy today, by the way. He suggested maybe your next job is in some guys that process student loans. But I digress. So Jeff is responsible because for the creation of this operation that we have in Boise, Idaho, and the folks in Boise, is an amazing opportunity for them because they could work for Micron or Hewlett Packard or Albertson, SuperValue, the slew of large employers that are out there. Well, we're the ones that can bring Silicon Valley, right? So when they come to visit here for whatever, to visit whatever account they're maybe supporting, and what it is we're doing remote managed services for our customers on service level based agreements. So if you look at the pyramid of Taos, at the very top we've got the consulting, the management consulting. Right below that we can wrap things up as projects, SOW based. The core of Taos is in that layer right there, that big part of the pyramid that is most of you, right? Senior level technical talent that can get shit done, right? That's the bottom line, right? That is the core, and then the stuff that we do in Boise is the level 1, level 2 day-to-day operations. So you guys kind of fill the level 3, level 4 stuff. Our management consulting guys fill the process stuff, and then the guys in Boise do this other stuff remote. So they come out here, I don't know, in their career with Taos, maybe once or twice a year they get a trip, and they're like kids in Disneyland. They're going down to 101, and they're looking at, oh my God, there's Oracle. Oh my God, there's Apple. Oh my God, there's Google, and they don't get to see that kind of stuff, right? In their neck of the world, they get to see other stuff like cheap housing. we don't know what that is. Right? There's a thing called cheap housing that exists outside of California.
Are you sure of that? Should I just Google that?
Yeah, you just Google it. But so they have we have an opportunity to keep jobs in America and bring that to our customers, and it's being very, very well received. So business update wise, since about middle of Q4 of last year, we've seen kind of like things just running on 8 cylinders, and they were running pretty good before that. It wasn't like things were horrible before that, but they were running okay. And I think that we've done some things at Taos. We've brought back recently some senior folks to our sales organization. A couple of former Taosers, Rebecca McCartney, if you're here, there you are. See her back there? Waving, smiling. Another guy you guys might recognize, Sean Olson. They left us for a couple of years, and both of them missed working here because of the things that, again, it's kind of that magic of Taos. Plus, they liked some of the thinking around, where we're headed as a company. So, that combination of just better Taos, better customers, better economy has led to kind of, both those things on 8 cylinders, creating real opportunity. So those of you who are considering coming to work for Taos, hook up tonight with practice leaders that are represented here tonight. Raise your hand if you're a practice leader. Keep your hand raised. These are the senior most technical talent at Taos. That are billable. So they're out there, and they fucking love it. Right, Dan Rocket? And the being billable part is obviously important because it makes money, but also because our customers need talent, right? They don't want to know that I got 11 superstars back at Taos. They want to know, when can that guy show up here and save me? And I think that the other thing that they help do is identify future talent, work on them in terms of figuring out where there may be some skills gaps, and give them some pointers in how to address that. They help them while they're on a project. We were just talking to John Lee and Joel Gooseman about some heroics that they were able to pull off. For example, there's John Lee over there, Joel Gooseman over there somewhere as well. At a client site where our guys were doing great, but the customer expectations were misset, right? So we've matured to a level now that, clients maybe 12 years ago could smell us and say, oh, you guys aren't working out. We go up and they go, good, you guys aren't working out. That's not the case anymore now. So we say, well, wait a minute. Why isn't it here? Let's sit down and talk about it and figure it out. So again, in the triad of process, people, technology, the one thing that works great for technology, a lot of bright people here in Silicon Valley that created amazing technology. What what maybe doesn't always jive is that they don't have the right people and the right processes in place to run that technology. So sometimes we'll go in a meeting and the guy will say, yeah, we installed a tool and the tool doesn't work. And we're like, okay, so you're going to install another tool, what's going to happen if that one doesn't work? And then you install another tool, what happens if that one doesn't work? And now you've spent $1 million instead of 300 grand and the shit still don't work, right? So that's really where Taos comes in. Am I rambling again, by the way? All right. So I had the practice leaders raise their hand. Maybe the people in recruiting can raise their hands as well. And these are the ones that you really want to go and buddy up with because they're the ones that are going to get you jobs. And then salespeople, business development executive. There's two over there. There's three. Is Joanna here? Anyway, those are the ones that can tell you about some of the accounts that they're working on and what gigs they might potentially want to talk about, that sort of thing. So I would toast you guys, except for 3.5 years now, I don't drink wine anymore. So this is the closest thing I've got to a glass of wine. Here, take a picture. Rick Rudy is drinking wine here. Right from the earth. This is the core thing that goes in wine. Save the alcohol. So raise your glasses, guys, and toast along with me. And welcome. Lovely to be here in a tent party. And we should do more of these. Huh? Yeah. Do more. All right. Cheers. Oh, and I'm going to have a raffle, but first I'm going to have our COO, Mr. Jeff Lucchese, say a few words. And before I let Jeff say a few words, I want to say a few words about Jeff. So, Jeff is one of those guys that is not going to be in another bubble. Taos is not a bubble. All right. And Jeff joined Taos about 4 years ago. He came on board initially to help in our office of the CIO practice doing assessments and just being a member of the noble staff. And he and I have known each other since 1993. CIO, as I mentioned earlier, at DHL Airways. He gives me that I used to have a 6-pack deal. It was kind of like take 5 cents out of it.
Got a deal on
Get a 6-1 free or something like that. But anyway, it's a pleasure to have Jeff on board, and he's been the mastermind behind not only the managed services organization, but about 1.5 years ago, he was bitching and complaining about the way I was running sales. So he now runs sales. So don't always complain.
Careful what you complain about.
You might end up running it. So Jeff wears a lot of hats here at Taos, and about a couple of months ago we appointed him our chief operating officer. Very well deserved promotion. The guy is amazing. So Jeff, come and say hello to the troops here. Just be your mouth.
Speak louder. Alright, so
Everybody be quiet.
you can tell I'm not very technical. So anyway, I know everybody wants to get back to the beer and wine, but I just want to, people who aren't in the office every day, and people who are guests in town, I just want to give you just a little bit of, I don't like it. I feel like a cop and a riot. So I'm just talking. You guys hear me in the background? I don't need that. Anyway, I just wanted to tell or talk to everybody a little bit about what's going on at Taos. As I said, some of you are in the office every day. You guys get tired of hearing me, but the folks that aren't, our guests, just kind of give you an idea. As Rick said, business is growing rapidly. We really are off to a great start this year.